It's been 55 years since the last war that changed the world. Vyndal is now a republic. In the hands of absolute power, the citizens of New Vyndal once suffered from suppression of what makes a human, human. The act of free will was once an ill-afforded commodity that only a few has, and even then, they are still subjected to the retribution of President Amoeba's monarchy should they get out of line. With a stark reminder of the dark past, the Republic of New Vyndal and its citizens will change the way the system works at its very core. Now, all this comes with its own challenges, and it will be up to the people of the Republic of New Vyndal to discover and overcome them. At the helm of it all is Principalis Stona Terek, and is currently serving the third term to the citizens of the Republic. Today, we will be looking at how the very place that symbolizes power and control has changed under the service of Principalis Stona Terek. Hey everyone! Welcome back to the channel, and my name is Siren. Hope you guys enjoyed the cinematic that I've put together earlier, and let me know what you think about the cinematic in the comments down below. So today's video is gonna be a start of our new journey, growing Republic of New Vyndal. You know, of course, it is inspired by Hunger Games with the tribute parade and the tribute center that we just seen earlier. So I'm actually using a custom map of the sweeping plains to create the Republic of New Vyndal. The reason is because at the beginning I intend to create a custom map of my own, and I realized that, oh my god, it is so difficult to create a map. It's no joke. So what I did instead was, you know, to be a little bit lore accurate-ish. So what I did was that I just propped down the resources. If you can see over here, you know, I have plenty of fertile land, and that is because where the District 10 is gonna be, District 8 is gonna be. So another thing is, you know, because I need to create the tribute parade and the tribute center, so I will need everything to be unlocked, and you know, just the unlimited money at the moment, just to, you know, plop the building down without having worry of insufficient resources. I actually did that before when I was testing it out, and because of the number of times that I moved things around, the money just went down to 0, and I just can't place any buildings anymore. So this is just for this purpose. I'm not sure if I'm going to remove unlock all in the future, but probably I'll just get rid of the unlimited money because I don't really think I needed it. So what I did was I'm going to do a series of cuts on the time-lapse video, and you know, hope you guys enjoy. Alright, so the reason why I'm using this map in the first place is because of the mountain background at the back, and it is sort of to imitate how the tribute parade looks like in the film. I'm not sure what this place is called where President Snow is you know, giving the speeches. Technically that's what this building is about, and I'm picking the background where there are, you know, mountain view. And I think I kicked myself in the foot for doing that, because this whole map, it's basically just full of slope. You know, I have to do a lot of terraforming. At the beginning, I was like contemplating, should I change the map or should I just continue by using the map? Ultimately, I figured that, you know, look, I think I'm just gonna deal with the map, because, well, that's part of the fun and the, you know, the challenge, right? To see you know, what I can do with the map. I think I'm gonna do a lot of terraforming, so it's not gonna be something that is fun, but it's just so hard to build with slopes. Personally, for me, I like the way the game is. I feel that there's a lot of improvement. You know, in City Skyline 2, they included a lot of stuff. My computer struggled with the graphics as well, but I enjoy the graphic, right? Even though obviously it's giving me FPS drop issues as well. But I feel that, you know, if we are gonna play this game 10 years down the road, I feel that, you know, it's only a matter of time before the technology catches up. And, you know, I would just deal with the game at the moment, maybe just lower down the settings. And it looks really amazing. It's really detailed. I understand that, you know, it's kind of unnecessary for, you know, city building games, but personally, you know, the satisfaction of going down into first person view, you know, just look at the detail, you know, the ATM machines, for example, in the building, it's just, wow, I'm just amazed. In my personal opinion, I just love it. There are still, you know, bugs here and there that needs to be sorted out, just like how I'm struggling, you know, just creating a straight line, you know, by you know, just putting out a straight line. I have no idea how to get rid of you know, like the rails, for example. I have to give a few tries, and I actually installed some add-ons because of that. So yeah, the terrain is something to work with. Yeah, I think, if not mistaken, I kind of spent like 2 hours just drawing down the lines, because there's just so many times that it just goes wrong, as you can see over here. You know, it's either it doesn't go straight, or, you know, it just plop down this way. It's just funny, right? So again, you know, I see this as a part of the challenge to, you know, make it nice, and just depends on our creativity, right? So what I'm doing here is to have 2 rows of seats for the audience to sit down. But, you know, given that, you know, this is basically, it's no longer an active stage, the narrative that I wanted to go ahead is that, you know, this is sort of like a memorial, right, for whatever that has happened. And, you know, things have changed since, you know, the war, and how people move with time. You know, basically time heals everything. And, you know, and how the people of you know, the Republic still sort of hold on to this as a past reminder not to let this happen. You know, just like how we have, you know, World War One and World War Two memorials, right? So it's just to remind us that, you know, okay, you know, this has happened, and commemorate, you know, the people that has, you know, sacrificed so much, you know, to change the world to, you know, to become what it is right now. I feel that it is a good form of memorial. It's obviously it's a huge one, but, you know, given that, you know, it has so much history of whatever that has happened, I just feel that, you know, it's a nice touch, basically. Well, if I do not do a time lapse here, you will be seeing me basically, again, struggling just creating these 2 lines back and forth, back and forth. It was really frustrating when I was doing it, but now looking at the footage, it's just kind of funny, and oh my god, the effort, it's, you know, I feel that it's worth it for what it turns out to be. Another thing is that while I'm actually placing all this building down, I actually did a proof of concept before, so in my mind I sort of know what kind of buildings I wanted to place. It's just that, you know, to figure it out, what suits is another thing. So, you know, I was just going back and forth between, you know, the types of buildings that I want to place. I do know for sure that, you know, I want the parade to be 500 meters in length. Imagine the chariots going down 500 meters, and you have that audience, you know, watching the chariot going down, right? So that's the purpose of the 500 meters, basically. Yeah, it's just to make that kind of feel. So basically, all this place is sort of like a museum right now, or that's how I imagine it to be. Yeah, and we, you know, people just basically come here. You know, instead of a garden, I would say that, you know, this is just like a place of some, you know, maybe some heritage area. you know, just to keep the history there, to remind, you know, the people that, you know, yes, we acknowledge that, you know, these things has happened. You know, we still gonna keep a little bit of history, you know, to remind ourselves not to repeat the same mistake. And that's why all of this comes about. So right now, I'm just playing with different versions of the buildings that I wanted to put it down. So what you're looking at right now is just one of the iterations that I did, you know, just to see what suits and what doesn't. I don't really know at the moment, that's why I'm keep on, you know, plopping one building down, zooming in just to take a look, to see if, you know, it's something that I want. So what I have in mind was basically, you know, like tall buildings on both sides. Looking straight down towards the auditorium. I am not sure. What should we call it? Right now, technically, it's an apartment. So, but it's if you know, as you can see from the cinematic, when you zoom down, there's actually a lot of people coming in and out of the building. So I'm not sure. So yeah, I guess we can come up with some name. So let me know in comments. You know, if you have an idea on what should we call the building as. I'm kind of satisfied with, you know, placing the city hall down in that direction, because, you know, both the buildings kind of matches the color of, you know, the sort of like the gray tone, and that's why I kind of pop it down. And over here, we actually skipped ahead because that was done, all the building was placed. So right now, I just want to build up the set for the Tribute Center, right? So the Tribute Center is overlooking the Tribute Parade. So Tribute Center was where Peter was confined at. And yeah, so basically it's just me plopping down the buildings at the moment. Again, just to try it out, what works and what doesn't. I have an idea in mind what should work, but you know, as I was doing this, I was just figuring it out to see, you know, like is the color, you know, suitable? How close should the building be? One thing I know for sure is that I would imagine that it's going to be a traffic nightmare as we grow the city. So, you know, as that comes along, we will just have to deal with it. I don't plan to have a big city center. So maybe, you know, it could be somewhere which is sort of pedestrian friendly with all the public transports available. You know, as we grow our city, you know, this is part of the fun thing about City Skyline, right? We are not done once we just plop down the roads in the city. There will always be a form of iteration, right? You will change this here and there, you know, improve the city needs as it goes, just like, you know, any real life city. You know, you expand the road for a certain reason or a certain purpose. You just don't do it just for fun. So yeah, at the current moment, you know, because our population has just started, I don't think that will be a problem yet. But, you know, moving down the road, well, one can only guess. Alright, we have reached the end of our video, and if you have stayed till the end, thank you so much and I hope that you enjoyed. To be honest, I had something bigger planned for the video, but it kinda got too complicated, so I have to revise the plan a few times. But anyway, that's a story for another time, and thank you so much again for watching, and it means a lot for an emerging content creator like me. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.